Hey guys, Flaring Pain here. We're heading into round one with our black-white aggressive deck against Vizara. And this is the Ravager of the Fells avatar. We won the die roll. Hopefully we'll get a decent hand. This hand is not amazing since we don't have white, but it's not the worst. I think we're going to keep it. We've got 3 plays here. Let's start off with a swamp. Perhaps they'll play something so good we want to ulcerate it. I'd probably prefer that actually doesn't happen, so we can ulcerate something a little later. So we could throw down the Child of Night here. I think that makes the most sense. Hopefully we're able to rip a land this turn. Alright. So we've got ulcerate for that should we want it, and I think we probably do, because we probably want to keep our guy here. We could play Thrill Kill on offense if we do that. Or we could just attack with the Child or not, and then play the Dead Reveler. Yeah, actually, let's just not attack with the Child, and we're going to play the Dead Reveler on offense with his pluses on there. So he's going to look at some cards, reveal any number of creatures, put the real cards into the hand. So he showed me the Jotty Offshoot. Life Gain Defender. Sounds scary. Alright, he just passed it over to me because he doesn't want me to swing with the Child, I guess, here. That being the case, we are going to swing with the Child, and we're going to just go ahead and ulcerate his creature. Interesting, so he slammed that forest, so he's probably going to play a 4-drop. If he was going to play the Jotty, oh, he should have played that first. Alright, well he made a mistake there. He should have played that first, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and swing out with these guys. I'm expecting him to block here and trade there. Sounds good. We need to draw a plane so that we don't just get totally beaten down by his larger creatures he's about to start casting. Like the Greater Basilisk, for example. Gotta rip a plains here in just a moment. There's a plains. Alright, we're gonna start off, I think, with a Stalwart Aven. Actually, I guess we'll just start off with a Falconer. Oh, that was a misplay, wasn't it? This thing's got flying, so I should have swung with it. Now he's got a big flyer. Pretty annoying. Alright, so if we just fill the board with guys, though, we're going to eventually be able to cast Great Teacher's Decree. So that's not a terrible idea to me. I think casting a Stalwart Aven here, and then we could Outlast here. I kind of like it actually. Let's Outlast. So he can swing in the air, but if he does, I'm gonna have just tons of flyers coming at him. Interesting, swinging with a bunch of guys here. So I think we're just gonna only block the Thief. See what he does. A bunch of damage. Perhaps he has Aetherize. If he has that, are we gonna be okay if he does that? Could be a problem. Let's attack with 2 guys. We'll see what he does here. Alright. Can play another Falconer. We can cast Johnny's Pridemate. and we can outlast this falconer. Alright, we've got a Reeve Soul. It's pretty good against that Basilisk. So actually we may be able to just kill him though. Got 3, but he's probably got Aetherized, but hopefully not. Guess you never know. Let's not spend that yet. Let's go ahead and make some attacks that, hopefully some attacks that could be lethal. This attack's not quite lethal, right? Oh, it could be with Guided Strike though. So let's make the swing. So yeah, I feel like he's got Aetherize here. So because of that, we're not going to use our Guided Strike. We're just going to let him... Okay. He may have not had it there, or he may have had it. I'm not sure. We are going to kill that Basilisk. And we're going to outlast this Falconer. We might should have swung with our Child of Night in order to pump our Pridemate here this past turn. There's another offshoot. Alright, so it looks like he does have Aetherize, otherwise there's no point in swinging here like this. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to block. We're going to put both on there. We're just going to see what he's going to do here. And I think we're not going to worry about spending this then. We're just going to gain the life he's going to give us. So he does have Aetherize pretty clearly. So let's swing with enough to make him cast it. Maybe the guy that can't block. Let's make sure, so we'll swing with 2 things since it's possible that he could have something additional. Let's just swing with these 2 guys. So this should force him to cast Aetherize if he's got it. And we should be able to still block and not auto lose the game. Okay, so here's Aetherize. He's going to return our 2 guys to our hand. That's fine. Alright. Go to the second main here. We will recast, I think, the Dead Reveler. And I'll recast the Aven. Okay, that's going to be a concession. Okay, cool. So we successfully played around that Aetherize there. This is what I was afraid of the whole time there, is that he had this. He passed really quickly on that other one, so I actually kind of thought, maybe he doesn't have it, but it was a nice just a feint on his part. Alright, so we don't have any enchantments or anything that we're worried about if he does that. It does mess up our +1/+1 counters a bit if he throws all of our guys back in our hand. we'll have to just be aware of that card and be careful to not run into it against him. We could put in some wrench mines against him to kind of punish him for playing that kind of trash, but he actually ended up with a bunch of cards in his hand at the end of that game, so I think we're just going to stick with what we're rolling with here. We could take out the Serra Ascendant if we wanted, but I'm interested in seeing how that plays with all these combat tricks. This hand's not amazing. We've got some ways to kill some of his stuff, but I think we can keep it. We've got a couple ways to interact, mostly the Ulcerate there early, and then hopefully we'll be able to rip a creature. We've got a ton of creatures that we can pull. We just have a ton of 2- and 3-drop guys. There's a Reef Soul, not the worst. If he plays something decent here on 2, we'll probably Ulcerate it. But not Assault Formation. We're not going to also Ulcerate this. So this is going to make it so his guys hit with their butts, and it can make it so he can turn his defenders into guys that can attack. So this Jotty Offshoots will get really strong because of this. Reef Soul still works. Reef Soul still works normally against those cards, though. So the 0/3s would still be able to be killed by it, even if it was like a 0/5 or something. You could kill it with Reef Soul. Alrighty. So we could go slowly here, but he was on the play and he's not hitting his lands. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and throw down a Dead Reveler that's unleashed on offense. And then we can throw down, if we want, we can have it fly next turn with the Falconer, or we can do a multitude of other things if we draw land. Not going to block that. Okay, so we did not draw a land, but we can still attack for 3 here. Let's do it. We're going to play another copy of Dead Reveler, or play him on offense as well. And the Falconer should let us get in with those guys. It's probably going to be pretty tough for him to actually keep up with this, although he's gaining some life from the offshoot. The offshoot's pretty fun with the Assault Formation. Here comes a Spider. That will get bigger if it blocks a creature with flying, but it'll still only deal 3. That's kind of funny. Pretty funny, so that's actually going to be a weakness for it. We could kill both his guys right now, that might be sweet, but I think we're just going to attack with both of ours. I guess we first need to make them be able to fly. Taking some damage there, and then I think we're just going to go ahead and kill that Spider right now. We could have passed it over to him for the possibility that he might have tried to pump all his guys in the tail with the Assault Formation. I didn't want to be in the spot where he passed back to us and we didn't have the ability to use that at a time when we can actually kill one of his creatures. Falconer's doing quite a bit of work for us here. Just making it so our creatures that already have the +1/+1 counter on them can fly is really powerful. Slamming this into play, I didn't think about how strong that was going to be. I mean, I thought about it a little bit, like, oh, some of these guys might have +1/+1 counters, but the fact that, you know, essentially grants them, you know, not literally haste, but kind of +1/+1 for each land card in your graveyard, pretty annoying, so it's already out of range. We can kill it if we attack and it blocks, but it can't really block our big guys. We do have Butcher's Glee though, so we can kill it with the Blinding Mage. Or the Absent Falconer, rather. Yeah, that sounds fine. Let's just attack with all three, I think. Could just kill the offshoot and not even worry about that. All I can do is sacrifice lands and go search for more lands. It's not that exciting, it's not that powerful. Alright, let's swing with these two guys. We've got our Butcher's Glee, we got our Blinding Mage. I think I like casting Blinding Mage and Reef Souling the Jati Offshoot. So this should be pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty tough to get out from under this, but we've got him here. Aetherize is pretty scary actually here though, because if we try to Alpha Strike it could be a problem. If he's got a land, that is. And he's got a handful of cards, so if he did set us back by throwing everything back into our hand, it would actually hurt us pretty bad. So we may not want to actually swing out. Oh, our opponent has disconnected. Alright, so I'm going to have to wait this one out. If my video ends right about right here, then you know that my opponent never came back, and you know that Vizara was pretty angry about this particular loss and was not interested in finishing the game.